Hello, everyone. We're back again for an afternoon edition. Today is Tuesday, June 8th. And last week, I felt God leading me to share some information on somebody I have been reading about. And I meant to do it, but there's always just so much information and news coming out. I know we're going to have to increase the number of times we do shows and updates. But anyways, the reason we're doing the show now is we wanted to share who is Ruby Freeman. And when I first thought, okay, we got to do something on this last week, I should have just done it, because now, yesterday and today, more information has been coming out. And one thing you have to notice is, or you have to pay attention to is when the Holy Spirit reveals something to you, that's the time for you to let everyone know. Share, investigate, research, find out why you're seeing this name a lot. And if the Holy Spirit is leading you to share and speak truth, you need to stand up. You need to share truth. Simple as that. Anyways, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Ruby Freeman, and I'm just going to spend a few minutes on this, and I'm going to share some videos on who she is and what this is all about. If you go to our website, which is www.inTruthNews.com, and there it is right there. Sorry, it's probably not the best looking picture there, but here it is right here. And you'll notice, like on that right side there, you have like our email and the phone number and our different channels. Like you can find us on Telegram, and in our Truth Speakers group and Twitch and so on. So you can reach us. And please make sure that you subscribe to our inTruth News YouTube channel and to our Rumble channel. We don't have a lot of followers yet, but you know what? We're speaking in truth, and that's all that matters. So if one person hears us, or if 1,000 hear us, it doesn't matter. We're being obedient to what the Holy Spirit is telling us to do. So anyways, if you go on this page, you can do a search right here in this little area for anything you want to read about. And there's a lot of great information in here. Ruby Freeman is in here as well, but I opened some links already on her. I'm going to go to the page. Let's run a search so you could just see how easy it is to find. And here it is. This is Ruby Freeman. She lives in Georgia. And there is a collection of different videos on here. And this goes back to the last couple months of 2020. Oh, this one's dated wrong, obviously, because we're not in 2021 December of that yet. But I'm just going to play you. I'm going to play you this one. And then I'll play you a different one from a different reporter. Some of these things get blocked so that you don't see them, but okay, we're going to go right here.
Okay, somebody with the dongle said that we should try to zoom in and focus on this one.
You know what? We're not going to go to that one. We're going to go to this one.
There has been a lot of really big breaking news here in Georgia over the last 24 hours, a lot of moving parts. So I wanted today just take a minute to focus in on one thing in particular, and that is that extremely concerning surveillance video that emerged yesterday. It was shown to Georgia legislators by Trump attorneys. Now, I spoke with one of the individuals seeing in that video, and I will get to that
I just want to let you know this is catching up, so this is not just released or anything like that, but I'm just catching you up by playing you these.
Just a moment. But first, I just want to give you a recap. You've probably seen the video by now. It is surveillance footage from inside State Farm Arena in Fulton County, where suspicious containers are pulled from underneath a covered table after other poll workers leave for the night. Now, lawyers allege there appears to be ballots in those suitcases, and they question why workers appear to be counting those ballots without observers present. Here's a snippet with audio from one of the attorneys yesterday. Take a listen.
So now they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table. This table, the black one, was placed there by the lady with the blonde braids at about 8:22 a.m. in the morning. So she put that table there. So the same person who's standing behind now, the same person who cleared the place out under the pretense that we're going to stop counting, is the person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. Yeah, I saw 4 suitcases come out from underneath the table. Yeah, upper right hand, you see the gentleman in the red. So he just pulled one out. So what are these ballots doing there, separate from all the other ballots? And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses? How many ballots went through those machines in those 2 hours when there was no one there to supervise, to be present, consistent with your statutes and rules, to supervise the tabulation? We believe that could easily be, and probably is certainly, beyond the margin of victory in this race.
Now, I spent much of last night trying to identify and track down the individuals in that footage and speak with them directly. And one woman has, as I mentioned, in fact, been identified as a lady, again, by the name of Ruby Freeman. She refers to herself as Lady Ruby. A quick check of Ruby's social media confirmed for me that she is, in fact, one of those 4 people in this video. She's seen here in the purple shirt. And a photo she posts of herself that day on her Facebook show her wearing that same shirt. Now, in going through her social media, it does appear her daughter, whose name is Shay, is her election supervisor.
I have a new supervisor. Y'all want to know who my supervisor is over here? It's my daughter. But I just do what she say do. It's her show, baby. It's her show. I do what she say do, and I just get it done.
You could hear the lawyer refer to the woman who moves that table into the room as the one with blonde braids. And you can see in this photo here, Ruby posts an article from the HAC that featured her daughter, and she references her daughter in that photo, who also happens to have long blonde braids. So if that's the case, which it appears to be, then 2 of the 4 people in the room that night were this mother-daughter duo. Now, also on her social media, she has a couple of questionable posts, and they're important for context. In these posts, Ruby expresses her support for Joe Biden and what appears to be her disdain for President Trump. Does that mean she committed fraud? No, it doesn't. But it is important for context as we see how this plays out for the next several of days. Now, as I mentioned, I did reach out to Ruby to get a comment directly from her to hear her side of the story. I wanted to ask her, were in fact those ballots in the suitcases? Were you guys counting those ballots after other poll workers went home? And if so, why? Well, Ruby initially said to me that she responded. She said she was getting a lot of negative comments, and she agreed to do an interview with me to tell her side of the story. And she even screenshotted some of those comments that she said she's been getting. You can see them here. But about 45 minutes or so, I guess, after that, she reversed her decision, unfortunately. And she said it's probably best for her not to do an interview with me at this time. She said she really needed to focus on getting a lawyer. So this is snowballing really quickly. I'm sure that Ruby and her daughter feel that as well. She and her daughter have a lot of questions to answer.
Okay, so that's one video on the background of that. And I have a couple other ones, so I'm going to play another one for you. Let's see. We'll go to one of my favorites. I watch a lot of this truth speaker. Her name is Hillary Hill. And it's a lot of great truth speakers right now. So I'm going to start with this one. She has 2 videos.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hillary Hill. Thank you for joining me. All right, I have huge news. This is regarding Ruby Freeman and her daughter. You guys are gonna like this news, so keep watching to hear what happened. Let me get right into this. All right. Ruby Freeman's daughter, Wandrea Shea Moss, is subpoenaed for deposition in Fulton County. Finally, something is happening with little old Ruby and her daughter. I've tried to film this a little bit a few times, and I just can't stop giggling. Little old Ruby. Ruby. Something's coming, Ruby, and you're not gonna like it. All right, let me just read. The article is linked down below for you to check out if you feel like you want to, but I'm going to read it, so no need. All right, the article says, it's getting hot in Georgia. One of the individuals caught on tape late on, that contest night in Fulton County, Georgia, Wandrea Shea Moss, has been subpoenaed for a deposition in a civil trial in Fulton County. Who can forget Ruby, Ralph, and Ruby's daughter, Wandrea Shea? Am I saying your name right? Wandrea? Wandrea? After removing everyone from the State Farm Arena, back on that crazy night, and sending them home, these 3 individuals and a couple of others pulled out papers hidden under the table and began jamming them into the vote tabulation machines. The workers were filmed shoving stacks of these papers through the machines 2 and 3 times each. Let me know, have you guys seen this video? It has been floating around, it then gets taken down, and then more people upload it. I made a video talking about this. Crazy stuff. How is that not enough proof? Okay, in early December, they were first identified as the culprits. Ruby Freeman and her daughter Wandrea were 2 of the individuals who pulled out those papers and began shoving them through multiple times. There is physical video proof of that. All right, let me get you the good stuff. Okay, scrolling down. Scrolling. All right, but now they are in the news again. Daughter Shea was subpoenaed in a civil case in Georgia. This was reported last night, Saturday night. The daughter Ruby Freeman, who was caught on video repeatedly scanning the same batches of papers, is Wandrea Shea Moss, the same female who delivered suitcases of papers to the counting room floor after legal observers were sent home for the night. Wow. So there's a full document from the public record access of Fulton County that goes into, the deposition and all of that. If you feel like reading it, I'm not going to read through all of that just because it's 4 pages long. But I just wanted to get this quick news out to you guys. Things are moving. Things are happening. What's going to happen to Wandrea? Who knows?
Okay, since that, we've had a development, which Hillary made another video today. I think it was on it. So we're going to, 3 hours ago. So I'm going to play that one, and that's the update on what's going on there.
I'm feeling great. I have a lot of energy. It's almost like I'm drinking a cup of coffee. So I think I'm going to replace my morning.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hillary Hill. Thank you for joining me. Alrighty, so I made a video the other day about Wandrea. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is everything that was going on over in Georgia with those videos and, the papers that were being sent over and over and over and over again into that copy machine. Wandrea, she's being looked at. Now guess who's being looked at? Mama Ruby. Let me read this to you, all right? She's been subpoenaed. Ay. The roof's caving in. That mother-daughter duo. Okay, so yesterday was reported that Shay Moss was subpoenaed in Georgia for her activities in the 2020 contest in Fulton County. Now it's her mother's turn. Ruby. Little old Ruby, as I called her. Some of you guys had some hilarious comments regarding me calling her little old Ruby. I'm not going to repeat them. But if you want to, go check out that other video and read through the comments. They're pretty funny. Okay, over the weekend, it was reported that Ruby's daughter, Wandrea, just calling her by her last name, I suppose, who was also Ruby's boss during this process, the counting process in Fulton County, was subpoenaed. Yep. She was famous for kicking everyone out of the room where, the tallies were counted and telling observers to go home. Then some other people dragged some boxes in, pulled them out from under the table, and then, started shoving in them multiple times. Basically it should have disqualified everything, but it didn't. It was all hidden. So now it's Mama's turn. Mama Ruby. Ruby was subpoenaed and was served as in noted in the below tweet. All right, it is linked in the description box down below. If you don't know where that is, it's just right under the video. But the article says, like daughter, like mama, the story is not yet over. No, it's not. All right, the subpoena, it's right there. It's here. Come now, petitioners, Caroline Jeffers and Robert Sturr, blah, 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 blah. The filing attached affidavits of service of subpoenas for production of evidence at a videotaped deposition on the following witnesses. Their names are listed. Yep. And also that other man, David. Is that the third gentleman that was with them? Please let me know. I haven't read. I just know the names of the mother-daughter duo. I haven't really looked into the man. But this was respectfully submitted this 7th day of June. Today's June 8th, so that was yesterday. What do you guys think? What's going to happen? Is this just going to be shoved on the wayside? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below.
So, okay, so that was more on that. And I'm going to just play one more, and also go to the website, inTruthNews.com, and go ahead and open that, or search for Ruby, and right there you're going to be able to see her picture and her videos and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to play this one. This is like when you first go into the page, these are all the videos that are in here and the storyline and links and so forth. There's even a link of someone passing someone else one of those little drives, little thumb drives. So I'm going to play this one, and this is by a third conservative speaker of truth.
It finally happened. She got her papers. I'll take one of these. I'll take one of those. And I'm going to give you this. From the Gateway Pundit. Breaking Georgia update. Ruby Freeman, who jammed suspect ballots into voting machines multiple times on election night, is subpoenaed. Yeah, baby. Like daughter, like mother. Man, I'm so happy I got to fly to Col. Yeah, baby. Oh, wait, hold on. Here, let me fix that. There. That's better. Let's go back to the breaking news. Yesterday, we reported that Shay Moss was subpoenaed in Georgia for her activities in the 2020 election in Fulton County. Now it's her mother's turn, Ruby Freeman. You know, this Ruby Freeman.
And we've labeled the first one here, kind of focused on her. She's wearing a purple top, desk one. But you can see that this lady is taking the same stack of ballots and once she runs them through the scanner, there she goes. She sticks them back in and runs them a second time and a third time.
And this Ruby Freeman.
There you go. So now they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table. So what are these ballots doing there, separate from all the other ballots? And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses, is the question.
And this is her too.
In Georgia, there's a case of a poll worker named Ruby who was seen on Instagram giving a secretive live video of her working in the back room filled with absentee ballots.
I'm gonna let y'all see this. Okay, don't say nothing. Listen, look.
So they've deposed Ralph Jones already. They subpoenaed her daughter yesterday, Wandrea Shea Moss, and they got Ruby Freeman today. Bang! The devil may have went down to Georgia in November, but the Patriots are coming in for cleanup. This is the subpoena respectfully submitted today on June 7th. God bless you, Robert Shealy, and your law group down there in Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Bob Shealy. I'm a lawyer, trial lawyer. I've been licensed to practice law in the state since 1982. I'm a graduate of the University of Georgia School of Law and undergraduate, so I'm therefore a double dog, and I wear that badge proudly. I try cases against major companies. I hold them accountable based upon evidence and facts. And I'm here today to share with the members of this committee evidence that shows that what occurred at the State Farm Arena that night should shock the conscience of every red-blooded Georgian, no matter your political persuasion.
We're getting the people who have all the answers down in Georgia, man. Now, in full disclosure, I did just chat with Garland just a moment ago, and he did say because of the motions that this may be postponed until July. Garland's going to be more than likely joining me on Thursday night for a live to update us on everything Wandrea Shea Moss, Ruby Freeman, and the rest of everything that's happening down in Georgia. But this breaking news was just too good. I couldn't wait. Keep the pressure on, Georgians. You guys are making a difference down there. Mm-hmm.
All right, so there you have it. Those are some updates, but there's a lot. You could do your own search and you can find more. So I wanted to address some of these comments here from Neil. Neil, if you could send us a link to truth at inTruthNews.com so we can help to share. And Charlie, I'm really not sure. I think it should be multiple charges, or however you want to call that. It should be multiple because this is I guess we've never had anything like this. But I just want to say that I know it's discouraging sometimes because we see that things are revealed, but then it seems like no action, but it's just slow action because conservatives do things, I guess, in a more uniform way instead of the way the other people do it, however they want, breaking any rule they want, while we, we're doing things. God is in control. We're just going to have to have faith in that God is in control, because we were promised, and it was prophesied to be a time of great exposure, and that's what we're seeing. Regardless of what, that we think that it's not moving fast enough, it's getting exposed. But we're just going to have to be patient. And, I know it's not easy because, it hasn't been easy for any one of us. But what's getting us through it is prayer and knowing that God is in control, and that what we're seeing now is great exposure and great awakening. And it's going to lead to the greatest harvest in the history of the world, because God is still in control. He knows, he knew, and he knows the past, the future, the present, all of it. So none of this that's happening right now is a surprise to him. Now, these people who have done bad things against our country, that's on them. God gave them the same opportunity to do right, to walk in truth and in light. But if they chose another path, that's on them. Every lie will be revealed, and we already know that. It was promised and it will be delivered. Anyways, thank you for joining us today. We may be back later with more news, but either way, I also want to share with you a couple great events that are coming up. This weekend, my good friend and sister in Wisconsin is going to be hosting the Faith and Freedom Rally. You can get information on that from the United States Patriot Society.com/FFR. And she's going to have a lot of great speakers there. Wisconsin so far, or else we'd go. And then on the 4th of July, we have this great event. Kent Christmas is one of our favorite pastors, and he's going to have these great speakers there. I wish that we were going to this. It's going to be great. Mario Murillo, Robin Bullock, Hank Kuhneman, Todd Conacato, and Timothy Dixon. Coconato. I'm sorry for that time. Anyways, it's going to be a great service at the Grand Ole Opera in Tennessee. So that's going to be great. And in Tampa, there's going to be a Reopen America tour. It's part of the Health and Freedom Conference. And that's by Clay Clark. And I believe that's not this weekend, but the following weekend. So lots of great stuff happening all over the country. We're going to start an area where we can keep everybody informed as to what events are going on. And anyways, we love you. God bless you. I'll see you soon.